How's my babies? Oh, my girl. How's my fluffy muffins?
What is that? What is that? I want to lift it too high though.
Oh, she's a big one. Oof. That's not going to be easy to get in. Good morning, one and all. I'm getting my daughter a surprise today. If you don't know about her, she's lived off-grid with no electricity or running water for years now. And I think, you know, as a dad, I'm just always trying to make my daughter's life you try to make your kid's life a little better. So we're picking her up a surprise. Let's head in and go see what we're getting. Getting weird. We've got the news now coming out and admitting to cloud seeding and weather manipulation since the 1930s and 40s. We've got people stranded in North Carolina, and all of this does is this tells me and reinforces the fact that we have to be dependent upon ourselves and no one else. Oh, she's a big one. Oof. That's not going to be easy to get in. I think Frankie and I got our work cut out for us today, and we are not getting any younger. Oh, my back is crying already, but it's going to be so worth it. It really is going to be worth it. I absolutely promise you that it's going to be worth it. The first time I seen this was at the National Hardware Show. And it's not something that should get a lot of views. But when I posted the video on this thing, it got over 4 million views. Hey, Daddy, show me what you got.
Well, we have the Fornello here. It's a wood cook stove, EPA certified, large firebox, 20-inch logs.
This is a really large firebox. These are full-size logs.
You can put 5 in there easily.
5 logs in a baker's stove.
Yes. Nice warming baking stove.
Cooktop on here. You can also have a warming stove on top of it. Right here. That's the one I bought. Warm your coffee, everything else.
Or you can have your water dispenser.
Hot water.
Dispenser. You fill your water.
Yes, so you
sir.
warm your water here, put it there, and it maintains the water temperature.
Yep.
And a stove like this goes for how much, Eddie?
Around $2,600 average retail.
Oh my God. That is the best deal for you off-grid guys. This is legitimately the best deal I've ever seen. And this is by J.A. Roby. All right, so now they're available at Menards, and the unit we bought has all the bells and whistles and comes in at $3,248. And I posted a second video on it. That one got 4 million views. The second video got almost 3 million views. That's telling me that a couple of you guys out there are thinking the same way I'm thinking. It's time to start getting yourselves ready. But what is the quality like? And a lot of you guys were concerned that at that price point, you're going to be compromising, and is it going to be any good? Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm going to show you the quality of this stove, what it takes to install it. We're going to put this thing in. But by the time you're watching this video, my daughter's already been living with this stove as her main furnace now for a little bit. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what she told me. The price is insane on something like this. What's the price, Logan?
$3,649.
$3,000. Well, with the rebate, $3,248.49 at Menards. Menards now carries these things. This is the absolute echelon of wood burning stoves. Not only will it cook food, it has a warming rack on top. It has a water heater attached to it. And it can handle 5 logs, 5 full-size 21-inch logs. So this is a furnace, a baking stove, a cooktop fry stove, a water heater, a warming rack for $3,248 and some odd cents at Menards. And the first time I seen it was at the National Hardware Show, and they were not at Menards. They were difficult to come across. Now you can go down to your local Menards and order them, and you don't have to get that one. You can get whatever one you want. This is the most confusing time I've ever seen in my life. There's so much happening in the world right now. We sent $250 billion to Ukraine. Now, if instead of sending that money away, we had given that money to our own homeless veterans, we could have given every homeless veteran in the United States of America $2 million each. And that number, $2 million, is the combined total amount of money that we've set aside for all of the people right now hit by the disaster going on in North Carolina, in Georgia, in Florida. That's the aggregate amount of money that we've reserved for ourselves, and they're claiming we're running out of money. It's become very clear that we need to have our own best interests at heart. We need to start protecting ourselves, and it's not necessarily the government that's going to step in and take care of us, unless we live somewhere else and we're not a legal U.S. citizen. Then we'll be taken care of. Yeah, baby. Oh, the biggest presents. The best presents come in the biggest boxes, they say, right? All right, I've decided that there's no way a 53-year-old man and a 63-year-old man are going to lift this thing by ourselves. No. Not without a little mechanical assistance, stimulation. But I don't know if the cast will lift it. Will you hold the camera, Frankie, and I'll give the cast a try. We'll see how she lifts. And I've said before, we use that cast loader more than anything else we have, don't we?
Yep.
We got a skid loader over there.
Yep.
That shed's full of equipment. We always grab this one, so let's hope she works.
I want to lift it too high though. So bring you right down to the front, won't it? How do you want to do this?
You want to just take the truck? I'll start hitting the road because I got 4 miles.
Load up that dolly in my hand. I got some hammers and
load whatever you want into the truck.
Okay.
Yeah, because that way I'll get a head start.
Once we get it out of there or out and in the yurt, then I was going to take that truck back to my place and get my other truck. Because then I got all my tools in there, you know, for putting up the pipe and this switch. So okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, how's my babies? How's my girl? How's my fluffy muffins? How are you, love? How's my doggish? How's my doggish? Are you protecting all the chickens? Are you protecting the free-range chickens running all over? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at all the chickens. Chicken 1, chicken 2, chicken 3, chicken 4. That was a bumpy ride. We had a bumpy ride coming out here, Sunoka. The camera fell right off. Hornet's nest. Get ready and pray that you never need it, but do not leave your fate in the hands of someone else. This is my back 80 acres of land, and my daughter chose on her own free will to live out there with no power, no electricity, no running water. And yes, I have been helping her set that up because that's also going to be my bug out shelter if we need it. So we've got a greenhouse, we've got a hand pump well, we've got solar panels, we've got generators on backup. We have all of the necessities that we need to keep going. And as I'm building out this complex for her to use on a day-to-day basis, I'm also trying to improve it enough that if the worst possible case scenario ever came down the pipeline, we could also depend on those resources and not be beholden to someone else to provide the means for our very existence. All right, we'll get her lined up as good as we can.
Yeah, then that way, we'll go down the hill with it. We'll put that right inside.
You want to get this, see if we can get this one in or get the old one out first? We should probably just see if we get this one in before we remove one. Yeah, because what happens if we can't get it in?
One cart. Well, we get it in there. We can drop it off. Yeah, then how are we going to move it then? Again, we'll have to lift it back up. We should be able to push the top to the side and get that underneath it. Yeah, we'll get it in there.
You want to get it in?
It ain't going to hurt nothing.
Okay, that'll be the plan. How much we got?
We can always
How much room we got, Frankie?
half inch on each side. Well, for the pallet, not the door, not the stove. But.
Okay, plenty of room, right?
See, now, if worse comes to worse, if we can't get it in there, yeah, we should be able to get it in there.
We could just slip it straight off.
Yeah, if we could tilt it back, if we get it even at floor height, this at that height, then if we could tilt it this stove back, we could get that dolly underneath there or something. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll try to get the entire pallet inside. That's the goal, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll get the entire thing in the door. I got pretty crappy visibility, so.
Hey, we're at an angle like this now. There should be more.
Angle it?
Well, it'd be nice if we were this way a little better. It ain't gonna make it because we're at an angle. Hey, if me and Thomas tilt that stove forward, we'll see if we can get your forks right underneath the stove then. You got that. Like something right in the middle. About 4 inches high or something. Yeah, right here. This would work. Yeah, that would work.
Successfully installed for you and Cassidy. You owe us buns and biscuits once a week.
What is that? What is that? Okay, right there's one. Here's one. And here's one. You got 3 of them here. 1, 2,
Freaking cast loader for the win. This is why I love this machine. So much versatility. Look at that, boys.
Okay,
there she is.
I'm gonna put a jack underneath this.
That's gorgeous.
Jack it up one end at a time. But we'll have to build a little landing here and a landing there, and put a board across so we can get my skid out.
Okay.
Then we're gonna get that one out of here. Then we'll put my skid back underneath it. But I bring a jack and stuff. You got that?
How about these boards here?
Maybe if we can.
Why am I so excited about something I'll never use?
Yeah, you will.
I just know that it's going to make your guys' life so much better. freaking firebox on that thing's as big as the entire other stove. Now, some of you may not have ever shopped for a wood-burning stove before in your life, and there's a couple things that really got to stand out from everything else that you need to point out. The size of the firebox itself is critical because that determines how often you're going to be getting up in the middle of the night and stoking your fire to stay warm throughout the night. The larger the firebox, the more wood you can cram in it. You can get a nice hotbed of coals. Then you can tune that down so that you just get this long, lingering heat that takes care of itself throughout the entire evening. That's what keeps you from getting up into the middle of the night in a cold house or wherever you're going to be installing something like this. The firebox on this thing is massive. It will hold 5 according to them, but it'll actually hold more like 6 or 7 22-inch logs. And that's pretty darn good. The other thing you want to look at is the quality of the materials that are actually in the stove itself, because those quality materials is what's going to keep that stove around decade after decade. And it's also going to help retain heat and hold that heat in so that it radiates the heat out even when the fire starts dying down. Okay, so if I'm taking this side, you gotta swing that way, right?
Wait, no, you swing that way.
Yeah. Yeah, the opposite of what I said.
Wait, we got on it. Wait.
I'm glad we did it.
It's good. Maybe not.
We're gonna be able to put the corner on the...
No, that's what I said.
Oh, I see. It
Yeah.
actually needs to go up a little bit.
What does? Oh, to get the corner on?
Well, yeah, we might have to...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, we got her in. And I got my daughter here. Let me show it to you, Cass.
Yeah.
This is way better than your other stoves, I hope, because the fight you had was with just the wood fire size of the firebox here.
Yeah, I've had to wake up every few hours to put it in.
Let's show these guys how much wood this... It's supposed to be able to burn up to 14 hours.
Oh, really? In one sitting?
Yes, in one sitting. Okay, so we can throw all here. You want to throw that in or you want me to throw it in for you? Okay, so 1, 2, 3,
Those are pretty big, too.
4, 5, and 6. Okay, so you've got the ability to load that up. Turn it on. Now you can choke it right here. So pull this out. That's full choke.
Yeah.
And then push it in. Now you're using secondary air. You can also control the temperature of your stove right here. So this little lever right here, this will let the smoke go directly up and out if you don't want it in the stove. But if you want to warm up the stove, you flip that over and now you're directing all of the smoke and heat around the stove chamber.
Very fancy.
Spring-loaded doors. Ashtray under here.
Huge ashtray. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because this doesn't look like the biggest firebox. I mean, when it doesn't have wood in it, but
Yep.
then it fits like all this wood.
Yeah.
So
Now
it obviously is.
Now you've got 4 removable burner tops here. Okay.
Yeah.
You got a warming tray up here with the temperature gauge on top of it.
Keep the biscuits warm.
Keep the biscuits. I told Thomas that it's going to be Biscuit Monday. You guys owe me biscuits every Monday for the rest of your life. Just because we did this. Frankie and I got this done for you. Now check this out. Hot water. First time ever.
Here, you gotta show this part.
Look at this. You actually have it on tap. So you warm up your water over there put it in here, and now you've got hot water on demand. How cool is that?
Very neat.
107,000 BTUs. That's insane.
What does that mean? How hot it gets?
Yeah, if you really want to heat stuff up, it should be able to keep you guys going all night long just for heat. So this is a furnace. This is a stove. This is a warming tray. This is hot water on demand. That's freaking I've never seen a setup like this so nice.
Yeah.
Personally, I never have.
Huge too.
I know.
I was worried that this might not be big enough.
But what do you think?
It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet.
It's amazing.
Dad did good. Dad did
Hopefully,
good.
I mean, we'll find out this winter if it keeps me alive and warm. That is.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So cool.
Also, you should talk about the price of that, because that's one of the reasons we got it, is because it was like an insane deal.
Yeah, insane. $3,248.69 before tax and after the rebate. So probably out the door with all the plumbing and everything, pipe work and everything, you're probably looking at a $3,800 bill. Could have never. Your other stove was double that price. All right, guys, I'm exhausted. I tell you. It's been a long day, but I got her all taken care of, and I think it's time for me to just kick back and relax a little bit. And you know what, guys? I hope whatever you're doing, you come home exhausted but satisfied. I hope you get that good feeling in your stomach after a hard day of work, and I hope you get that, because if you do, it's a blessing, because not everybody gets to, you know? And I hope whatever you're doing, it does work for you. But that's it for this one. God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones, and make it a good day. See ya on the next one. Used the stove last night because it got cold out. Well, it sure was warm inside. Even had to open the windows, lots of laugh. Things freaking awesome. And it sounds like she was able to sleep through the entire night. So that's the update. That's from Cassidy. She texted me from the Great White North. And so sounds like this thing is just what they needed up there. And I hope whatever you're working on, it turns out to be just what you need as well. God bless. Go get them, you guys.